Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Talking to Dr. Justin Smith, one of our great sponsors here at the Tom Dillon Sports Show, Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports. A lot of them out there. What do you feel like separates physical therapy services from all the competition?
Well, number one is that we're local. The money that you spend with us stays here. Mm-hmm. This is not a large corporate venture that your money goes to Florida or Miami or up to Chicago or wherever. We are a true mom and pop facility. We pride ourselves on that, number one. Number two, we don't have a bunch of higher-ups, VPs, multiple presidents that we have to end up making a bunch of profit to be able to pad their pockets. The money that we make in physical therapy services, we reinvest back into the community. So that's why we have our Class 4 laser, we have our Ultra G, we have all the equipment that nobody else in the area has. And we can provide services and for the people of Elizabethton, of Carter County, Roan Mountain, Hampton, Stony Creek, Mountain City, Johnson City. That's why we have people from all over the area that flock to our facility because they know they're going to get the best care, state-of-the-art care with the most state-of-the-art equipment.
It's awesome. Can't top that, folks. Great sponsor of the Tom Dillon Sports Show and Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports. And great folks at Physical Therapy Services. Here we go. And we say good morning to you. We're broadcasting live. Again, one of those glitches, nothing I can do about it. We're working through them. Got us a glitch, but we fixed it, and we're ready to go. Our very first guest to kind of catch him on the way to a meeting. Head Coach Drew Rice, Unicoi County Football. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm great, Mr. Taylor. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Talk about a big win last week for you over Northview Academy. Tell us about a big win for the Blue Devils.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they were an extremely tough team, and we kind of felt they were going to be, and got a ton of kids out, and they rolled in here and had some great looking kids, some big kids, and lots of athletes, and felt like they were going to be very well coached, and they certainly were. A Region 2 team that I think we talked about this last week, that probably one of the, no doubt, the toughest 3A region in the state down there with Alcoa, and all those Sevier County teams and Austin East. So, we knew we were going to, have a fight on our hands, but our guys really, kind of stepped up to the challenge and really played well. So I was very proud of how we played.
You're ranked in the state this week at number 9. What's that mean for Unicoi County football?
Well, it's good to see. Again, it's one game, so we don't want to look too much into it. And regardless of that, our approach each week doesn't change. But I think it's good for our program, and happy for our guys to get that recognition. That they've worked for. So it's one of those things. It's certainly welcome, but we're not going to dwell on it either, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Before we talk about Cosby, your opponent this Friday night, let's go back. Who were some of the kids that stepped up? I'm going to ask you this. I always like bragging on the individual kids. Who were some of the Blue Devils that stepped up and had big games for you last Friday night?
We had a few. Caleb Ples kind of did a little bit of everything, and that's kind of what Caleb does. He had a 98-yard kickoff return, which we feel like is a school record. an interception, just a number of, big plays at big moments. And he was dealing with some cramping too. So kind of to have that kind of performance on top of that was awesome. And Lucas Slagle kind of knocked the game open with a little slant route that he took for probably 60 or 70 yards. He also, I think he had 3 sacks and had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. So he was just all over the place. And Nehemiah did what Nehemiah does, and I think he rushed for 160 or so. Really, truly tough yards against a very good team. So I'm sure I'm leaving guys off, but that's probably the first couple that come to mind. And, with that being said, I felt like it truly was a team win with a whole lot of guys that had, had an input on the results. So just really proud of our guys.
Road trip Friday night, 9th-ranked team in the state. Unicoi County travels to Cosby. What's the scouting report on Cosby?
They're super explosive. Watching them on film, and I know Coach Hall done there really well, and got a ton of respect for him. And I think he became the winningest coach in Cosby's history Friday night. So, big moment for him, big moment for their program. They had 50 points and 500 yards of offense. So, they've certainly got our attention, and feel like we're going to have to, go in there and play well and try to slow their offense down some.
It's going to be a big night for Unicoi County. Of course, they'll travel well, the Blue Devil Nation. Coach, thanks. Again, congratulations, 9th in the state, and we'll talk to you next week, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Seth.
You got it, and I appreciate it. Coach Drew Rice, head football coach, Unicoi County. The polls are out this week, and they're ranked 9th in the state. We'll run down those for you coming up here in just a minute or two. We're live at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue on this Tuesday. Pull into the parking lot, you can smell it. As soon as you pull in the lot, man, there had the smoker all night long. You got the pulled pork, got the ribs, fall off the bone ribs. They are good. And also the turkey and the pulled pork, all that. Again, the pulled beef is all right here. And as soon as we open the door at 11 o'clock, you have folks in here ready to go. They're lined up. Closed on Mondays. They're closed on Sundays and Mondays, or Tuesday through Saturday. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. More awards up here on the wall than you can possibly count, simply because of all the great chili cook-offs and things they won over the years. So great place to be. That's where we are today. Let's get it cranked up. Here is the national anthem from the Kingdom Airs. We've got lots to talk about. We're going to be joined a little bit later on by Ben Fox, head coach at Maryville College, and also Tanner Cook, sports writer of the Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News. But first, here are the Kingdom Airs with the national anthem. The boys out of Dollywood, gracious enough to record this for us, the official Southern Gospel group out of Dollywood. Here are the Kingdom Airs singing about the greatest country in the world. That's us, USA, on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
1, 2. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we're live here again at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. We're now on YouTube, and let me put it up here and show you again. Now on Facebook and YouTube, and where is it? Where's the little promo? Boom, there it is. We're on YouTube now and platformed with Facebook. So lots going on. We're going to run down. College football starts this weekend, if you can believe that. It is crazy. It's here. That's a good thing. A lot of folks say we're ready to go. Here's a couple of birthdays, by the way. Today's celebrity birthdays per se. Let's see who we got. We got today birthday going out to I Dream of Jeannie, Barbara Eden. Remember her, Jeannie? She is 91 today. One of my favorite shows of all time. There's a lot of truth to the show. WKRP in Cincinnati. Les Nessman, Richard Sanders having a birthday. He's 82. Actress Shelley Long having a birthday, 73. And then Rick Springfield, the singer. He's been to Kingsport, I think, with Fun Fest at one point. Rick Springfield having a birthday, 73 today. And that's the birthdays again here on this Tuesday, August the 23rd. And countdown to Christmas, 125, 124 days to Christmas, somewhere through there. So, anyway, good morning to you. We got Major League Baseball to talk about, college football. We got a sad story about Indiana State. Had a couple of youngsters killed in a car wreck. We'll talk about that. That's a sad story, of course. Got some Major League Baseball. How'd the Braves do last night? And also, college football starts this weekend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 games to get started college football coming up on Saturday. Probably the biggest one out of the Big Ten will be Nebraska at Northwestern. That'll be pretty big ball game for the Huskers. I know Scott Frost, for the Nebraska head football coach, the heat's on, to say the least. They'll play. That'll be a 12:30 kickoff in Northwestern at Northwestern. Illinois, the Fighting Illini, they'll open things up against the Wyoming Cowboys. Also, Austin Peay and Western Kentucky. Idaho State will be at UNLV. Wyoming, as we said, in Illinois. UConn at Utah State. Florida State, the Seminoles, will open up at Bobby Bowden Field at O'Campbell Stadium, hosting Duquesne. That is a checkbook game, you would think. The Florida State will thrash them, give them a check, and send them home. Charlotte at FAU. North Carolina, the Tar Heels opening up against the Rattlers of Florida A&M. That'll be happening in Chapel Hill. UTEP opens against North Texas. Nevada plays in New Mexico State. And out of the Southeastern Conference, the Vanderbilt Commodores will be in Hawaii for a 10:30 kickoff in Honolulu on Saturday night. So good travel game for the Commodore football team, needless to say, to get to Hawaii. So pretty cool for that. All right, verse of the day. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. We're unashamedly do that. Today's verse is out of the book of Psalms. Psalms 91:2 says, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. On Him I lean and rely, and in Him I confidently trust. Whew, that's good stuff. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, and on Him I lean and rely, and in Him I confidently trust. That's the verse today in Psalms 91:2. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at high school football. The polls are out this week. We got teams from all over Northeast Tennessee in the state rankings, which is a good thing. And so we'll do that right after this quick break. We are live here at Phil's Dream Pit. How about the Dream Packs? It's football time in Tennessee. Good time to get your Dream Pack from Phil's Dream Pit. Talking to my buddy Brian Pipkin again from Phil's Dream Pit. Let's talk about Dream Packs. How can you help us Dream Packs?
So the beauty of the Dream Pack, Tom, is it lets you feed a lot of people at an affordable price rather than buying individual meals. So, if you've got a party coming up, a graduation, a wedding, just a big get-together in your backyard, or just trying to feed the family on a Thursday night, we're here with our Dream Packs. And great thing about our Dream Packs, we give with them, we do approximately 4 ounces of meat for each person, which is a pretty healthy serving. That's going to get you a good hamburger-sized sandwich. And 3 of our sides, those sides come a pint to every 4 people. We can do those Dream Packs in numbers anywhere from 4 all the way up to 200 and 300. So as many people as you want to feed, we can assist you, and that Dream Pack is a great way to go to do that.
Company picnics, pick it. Class reunions, VBS, Sunday school parties, you name it, for one person, 500 people, whatever the case may be, you're ready to go. You do it all the time.
Absolutely, we sure do. And we can do those Dream Packs cold as well. I actually did that not too long ago. Myself and a couple of my kids, we did a meal after church on Sunday. We literally boxed up everything here in the restaurant just the way we would to a customer, vacuum sealed the meat cold, took it in, and Sunday morning during Sunday school, we popped it on the stove there at the church, heated everything up, threw the beans in the oven. All the other sides were cold and served them right there. Did about 75, 80 people that day. And, literally 30, 45 minutes of prep, and most of that's just waiting. It's not really doing anything. So we can get those cold for you as well if you're planning on meeting on a Sunday or a Monday when we're closed. Just tell us you want it cold, and we'll get it cold, and we'll have it ready to go for you. That's the great thing about it. It's not just, well, here's a bunch of food, now figure out what to do with it.
Right.
We're going to give you step-by-step instructions on anything you got questions about how to heat it up, what exactly to do, and help you every step of the way.
Meat by the pound. We get over there. Meat by the pound. Tell me about this from Phil's Dream Pit.
So if you're not really wanting the full dream pack, you don't need sides, or you're planning on doing a potluck thing where everybody brings their own, you can just buy meat from us. Pulled pork, pulled chicken, brisket, smoked turkey. We sell all of that by the pound. At, again, what we feel like are pretty affordable prices for everything being made right here in the house.
Closed on Sundays and Mondays, open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 7 to get the meal plates. There's another option to go to from Phil's Dream Pit. There's 11 different meal plates you can work on. And last but not least, squeeze in the sampler platter. Tell me about that, would you please?
Sampler platters let you try just a little bit of everything. Any 2 or 3 meats. Everything we serve except for the half chicken, but due to their time, we can't do them in the sampler platter. But if you're coming in and you're going, I have a hard time deciding between the pulled pork, the brisket, and the ribs, get you a sampler platter with all 3.
There you go. Folks, can't beat it. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Social media, how do we find you?
On Facebook, we're also at philsdreampit.com.
philsdreampit.com. My man does a great job. Been with us since
We
day
appreciate
one,
that.
folks.
Thank you,
Day
Tom.
one, he's been with us. We're going to continue this relationship. Our buddy Brian Pipkin right here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Great sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, let's take a look at the polls. As we said, they're out for this week and looking good for teams in Northeast Tennessee. First off, in 6A football, Murfreesboro, Oakland, are number 1 of the state. Then comes Maryville, Ravenwood, Lebanon, Riverdale, the top 5. Cane Ridge, Collierville, Dobbinsville at 8th in the state. They're tied with Bradley Central and Whitehaven. So the Indians of Joey Christian will be on the show tomorrow talking about their next ball game. They will travel to Churchill, the Battle Volunteer, on Friday night after a smackdown against Tennessee High last weekend. So DB at number 8 in the state. Science Hill with their win over the Elizabethton Cyclones. They're at honorable mention, as is Westridge in 6A football. 5A, Page, number 1 of the state. Then comes Henry County, Ray County, Springfield, Knox West, Munford, Oak Ridge, the Wildcats, number 7 in the state. Then comes McMinn County, Nolensville, and Daniel Boone. Craxit, they're at number 10 of the state. And Morristown West gets an honorable mention in 5A football this week. First week with the polls out. 4A football, Greenville, number 1 of the state. Then comes Anderson County, Haywood County, Upperman, Tullahoma, the defending state champs. Hardin County, Pearl Cone, Red Bank, East Hamilton, and the Cyclones in number 10 of the state. And so they, with 32 first-place votes, they're 10th in the state this week, even though we lost to Science Hill, which is a very much a vote of respect for the 2-time state champions and state runner-ups from a year ago. So the Cyclones are number 10 in Tennessee. 3A football, Alcoa, number 1. East Nashville, Covington, and Giles County. Then comes Dyersburg, Gatlinburg, Pittman, Loudon, Waverly. Coach Rice is with us on the show. Unicoi County at number 9 in the state this week. Kingston number 10, and Chucky Doak, the Black Knights, get an honorable mention this week. So a lot of representation by our local high school football teams. 2A football, Westview at number 1, the Hampton Bulldogs, highest-ranked team in the area. Bulldogs number 2 in the state. We hope to get Coach Lunsford on either tomorrow or Thursday to talk to the head man for the Bulldogs. Will be hosting Johnson County on Friday night. Marion County number 3 in the state. Meigs County number 4 in 2A football. Then comes Forest, Tyner Academy, Union City, Riverside, Huntington, and Watertown are your top 10 in 2A football across the great state of Tennessee. And then in single A, you have McKenzie at number 1, South Pittsburgh, Fayetteville, MASC at number 4, Peabody ranked 5th in the state, then Dresden, McEwen, Gordonsville, Moore County, Clay County, and Cloudland. The Highlanders in an honorable mention this week, again in 1A football. So, again, locally, Dobbinsville at number 8 in the state in 6A. Science Hill, Westridge get honorable mentions. 5A football, Daniel Boone ranked 10th in the state. Morristown West gets an honorable mention. In 4A football, Greenville number 1, Elizabeth number 10. In 3A football, Unicoi County number 9 in the state. Chucky Doak gets an honorable mention. In 2A, Hampton number 2 team in the state. And then Cloudland gets an honorable mention in 1A. And that is, again, your rankings this week in high school football. Let's take a look at golf from yesterday. They played this one at Elizabethton Golf Course. You had a 3-team meet. Greenville, Dobbins, Bennett, and Elizabeth. And Greenville wins it as a team, shooting a 154. Douglas Fazell, the medalist, shot a 34. Also, Gavin Sells, his teammate, shot a 34. For Dobbins Bennett, Sam Barber shot a 39. And for Elizabeth and Alex Goode shot a 39. On the girls' side, Dobbins Minutes ladies win it. They shot a 76, Elizabeth in a 92, and Greenville a 102. Mackenzie Hawk was the medalist. She shot a 37 for Dobbins Minute. Elizabethan was led by Maylee Stout, shooting a 45, and Greenville, Lindy Carter shot a 48. And so that's high school golf from yesterday around the region. This particular match was played at Elizabethan Golf Club. All right, let's take a look at volleyball and soccer. Volleyball from last night, you look like this. You see Chucky Doak shuts out Unicoi County 3-0. Science Hill beat Gate City 3-1. Greenville beat Crockett 3-2 in high school volleyball. Tonight, Volunteer plays at Unicoi County. Science Hill at Crockett. Abington will be at Westridge tonight. Daniel Boone's ladies hosting Dobbins Minute. Elizabethan goes to Sullivan East, and Tennessee I will be at Johnson County. We're streaming T.A. Duggar Middle School volleyball tonight. Greenville will go in there about 6:20 thereabouts. It's scheduled to go at 6:30 tonight from the T.A. Duggar gym. And so we got middle school volleyball tonight for Kendall Treadway. Coach Treadway and her Lady Cyclones will take on Greenville. Again, we'll hit it about 6:20 on Facebook and YouTube and get with it about 6:30 when it's supposed to start following the JV match. So that's going on tonight, volleyball. In soccer from last night, Chucky Doak and Providence Academy played a 1-1 tie. Tonight, Jeff County at Science Hill. Dobbins Minute Soccer goes to Daniel Boone. It's the girls in the fall. Westridge at Crockett. Elizabethton plays at Tennessee I tonight at the Stone Castle. Sullivan East will be at Unicoi County. Greenville hosting Volunteer. West Green Soccer girls will be at Chucky Doak. And Providence Academy plays at Berean Christian. So that's a look there at high school volleyball and softball. And football. Who's playing where on Friday night? Let's run those down for you before we go to the break. Football on Friday night. Of course, Elizabeth has the week off with an open date. Anderson County, in no particular order, plays at Science Hill. Daniel Boone will be at Westridge. Crockett takes on Letcher, Central Kentucky. They'll play them in Unicoi County. Still light problems and field problems at Crockett, installing the new turbines and new lights. Dobbins Minute of Volunteer Friday night. Pigeon Forge will be at Sullivan East. As we heard, Unicoi County plays at Cosby. Happy Valley goes to Chucky Doak. Hampton Bulldogs hosting Johnson County. Unaka will be at Cloudland on Friday night. Greenville plays at Granger. Jefferson County hosting Cock County. Knox Hall's the Morristown East. North Green will entertain Castlewood, Virginia from across the state line. It'll be South Green hosting Knox Catholic. West Green Friday night plays at Northview Academy. Knox Carnes and William Blunt. Morristown West, the Trojans will travel to Hardin Valley. You have Claiborne at Union County and Jellicoe at Oakdale. And that's your look at high school football coming up on Friday night. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. We thank you for being with us. We'll be right back right after this for more from Phil's Dream Pit on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Pipkin's here with us from Phil's Dream Pit.
Good morning.
Good morning. Spring is here. Tell us, again, a lot of folks out and about now. It's great. So tell us how you can help us here in the spring.
Just value packs for, people are starting to, with the vaccines and all the good stuff going on, people are starting to get back together as families, and we have these value packs that would really be good for Saturday afternoon picnic or, just whenever.
Tell us, what do we get with them?
So we start at feeds 4 and do it at even numbers. You can go as high as you want, but comes with the pork, the sauce, the buns, and your choice of 3 sides. You can do like potato salad, baked beans, and coleslaw, and got macaroni and cheese and macaroni salad, and just wonderful, wonderful sides.
You can choose from pulled chicken or pork, pulled beef, half a chicken, brisket,
ribs. Don't do value packs in the ribs, so I'll usually figure a rack for 3 people at about 4 bones a piece.
It's awesome. So how do we get a hold of you? How do we get?
So you can there been several options. You can come to the window and order. You can place a phone call, 423-349-6437. We do have on our website now as an order online. So we have that availability. If you're still not comfortable getting out of your car, you can order online and tell us what you're driving, and we'll bring it out to the parking lot to you.
There you go, here at Phil's Dream Pit. And then also want to ask you about meat by the pound. That's something else where you can just come get the meat and take it to the event you've got, or just take it home, whatever. Tell us about the meat by the pound.
So, with a lot of the back when UT football was going on big time, we'd have people come Saturday morning and pick up pork by the pound. It's vacuum sealed. We wrap it in foil. It'll stay hot for a couple hours, especially if you put it in a cooler. So pork, brisket, pulled beef, pulled chicken. We can vacuum seal it up and have it hot and ready, and just pick it up and take it and serve it.
Right off of the Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26, right across from Avery Trucking. Easy to find. Again, open Tuesday through Saturday. Closed on Sundays and Mondays. The good folks right here at Phil's Dream Pit.
We have partnered with the best name brands in the business: Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, Simmons Beauty Rest, and Serta. We have the best selection of mattresses in the tri-state area. Plus, right now, get no interest for 48 months and free delivery, setup, and removal. Save store-wide at Cannon's Furniture in downtown Elizabethton. Do you want new furniture but don't want to wait a year for it to come in? We have the largest in-stock and ready for delivery or pickup inventory in the tri-state area. Shop today and enjoy it tonight. It's that easy. Bring your truck today or have us deliver it. Save store-wide at Cannon's Furniture in downtown Elizabethton.
This is Big Country, and this is
Just Tom, and this is the Big Country Sports Show, and we say,
Go Cyclones.
Cyclones. Back on the Tom Bailey Sports Show live at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Sad story, 2 freshman members of the Indiana State football team among 3 students who were killed in a weekend car crash, again in Terre Haute, Indiana. 2 other football team members who were injured in the crash are out of intensive care but remain hospitalized in serious condition. So, sad story, needless to say. Happened about 1:30 on Sunday morning when the vehicle went off a state highway and struck a tree in Riley, Indiana. So our thoughts and prayers go out to those families. Indiana State, 2 members of the football team killed. You have 3 other students or 2 other football team members still in intensive care in serious condition. And so never good about that. We don't ever want to hear anything like that. So our thoughts and prayers certainly go out to those families at Indiana State football in Terre Haute, Indiana. All right, Major League Baseball, who plays where today? It'll be a day game at Wrigley, the Cubs and the Cardinals. Also under the lights tonight, Baltimore, who is actually, they used to be the doormat. They are actually on the cusp. They're not there yet, but they're making a challenge to be a wild card team. Orioles are playing excellent baseball. They host the White Sox tonight in Baltimore. Yankees, the Mets, Subway Series, cranking back up again tonight. Cincinnati goes to Philadelphia. The Braves in Pittsburgh. Max Fried on the mound for Atlanta. It'll be San Francisco, Detroit, Tampa Bay hosting the L.A. Angels. Toronto at Boston and Fenway. The Cubs in that second part of the doubleheader will play Game 2 at Wrigley. Again, both of those tonight, obviously, at Wrigley Field. Arizona, Kansas City. Minnesota plays at Houston. Justin Verlander, the man of the hour for Major League Baseball, pitching 15-3, will be on the hill tonight for the Astros at Minute Maid Park in Houston against Minnesota. Texas at Colorado. Other games tonight, you have Cleveland at San Diego, Miami at Oakland, the Dodgers playing host to Milwaukee, and the Washington Nationals will be in Seattle. Pennant races. Yankees continue to swoon. They're down to 8 now. Tampa Bay trails by 8. Toronto by 8.5. Wasn't that long ago. It's 12-13 game lead. So it is slowly evaporating for the New York Yankees. Again, in the Central Division, Cleveland with a 2-game lead over Minnesota. White Sox right there. They're only 3 games back. In the wild card race, it's Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Seattle in that order. And then Baltimore right on the outside looking in. Kind of point for the Orioles as a Cinderella story this year in Major League Baseball. In the National League, the Mets lead the Braves by 3. In the Central, the Cardinals with a 5-game lead over Milwaukee. And your 3 wild card teams in this order for the moment: Atlanta, Philadelphia, and San Diego. Coming up, we'll check in with Coach Ben Fox of Maryville College football. Bottom of the hour, we'll check in with Tanner Cook, sports writer of the John Cedar Press, Kingsport Times News. We are on the road again today. We are here again at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Pete, what'd you get? Pulled pork? What are you eating?
I did the pulled pork.
And what did you get for your side, sir? Pete DeBrawl, the man from Cattails Golf Course in Kingsport, is here. We go back how many years, sir? How long have you been at Cattails?
It's been 25.
25 years. You want to come and talk?
Absolutely.
Come on over and sit down and talk. Let's move this stuff. Let's get him in the hot seat. We'll put him on. Have a man with me, been around me for 25 years and still wants to talk to me. That's good. Let's put him on right here. Let's scoot it around, and let's put the microphone. Let's get it right here. We'll get this here, and got to talk to him. How you doing?
All is well, sir.
Yeah.
All is well.
Long
Yeah.
time no talk to. Let's
It
get
has
you.
been. It's been too long, sir.
Too long.
Been
How many
too
years?
long.
25 years?
25 years, yeah. Cattle celebrated its 25th anniversary July 1st of next year. So, yeah, hard to believe.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is, sir.
25 years at Cattail. So selfishly plug the course. You're here.
Hey,
You're getting some lunch, so plug it.
Well, it is in fantastic condition. Mother Nature has assisted the crew a lot. They've been working hard. So, yeah, please come out and see us. It's, it's in some of the best conditions it's ever been in. So
Is it really?
Enjoy. It really has. Yeah, it really is.
So for a golf course, a lot of rain, that's good.
It is good. Not too much, but no, a lot of rain at times is just what the doctor ordered.
What's really neat about cattails, the front nine and the back nine are two different courses, and of course the back nine a little bit more hilly. But you see, we'll be surprised to see deer, turkey. I mean, they're there all the time, aren't they?
They are all still there, Tom, running around. So yeah, absolutely, come out and enjoy it.
Pete DeBraw, maybe one of the biggest Packer fans I've ever met. So he is a cheesehead from way back. So prognostication for your beloved Packers this year, what do you think?
I tell you, they've done a lot of work on the defense. I think defense is going to be solid. Offense, I think, looking pretty good. I'm just a little concerned about our quarterback once in a while, not talent-wise, but some of his antics and ideas a little bit concerning.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's not real good for team morale, is he?
you just kind of really wonder about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. But hey, our best receiver is now a Raider, so congratulations there. That's gonna be fun to watch.
Read the story last night. Did you see where Tom Brady almost became a Raider? I mean, Davis.
I did see that.
This was like 2 or 3 weeks. Wasn't that long ago?
Yeah.
The
with
Raiders.
Gronk too, so that
Yeah.
would have been interesting.
Yeah. Davis, he's like his daddy. He's crazy. He just writes checks left and right. He's going
Incredible.
to send me and you one, I think.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That'd be
sir.
nice.
I would accept that. Yes.
Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders. It's a true story. They almost got Tom Brady not that long ago. I'm thinking within the last 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. He was seriously on the QT talking about leaving the Bucs and heading to the Raiders.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Wouldn't that have been something?
Yeah.
But hey, he just won a Super Bowl with Tampa a couple years ago, so what the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's the best team in pro football going in right now? Who do you think? NFC, AFC. Who's your 2 best teams?
Boy, that is a good one, sir. I think the Rams, with Donald staying, I think they're a force to reckon with. And I'm going to say San Francisco.
Really?
I do think they have a solid team, and Shanahan does a great job. And Trey Lance, I'm sold on him. I think he's going to be a lot of fun to watch, and maybe throw Kansas City in there for a third option.
Yeah. Buffalo, maybe?
Maybe.
The
Yeah,
Bills?
I think we're gonna have a great year. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of good teams out there.
Of course, around here, a lot of folks follow the Steelers, and they're kind of in a flux right now, aren't they? They seem to be, anyway.
They sure do. I'm not sure who is going to emerge as a starting quarterback, but yeah, that'll be an interesting one to watch too. So
He is the man that runs the show at Cattail's, the Meadowview Golf Course. So what did you have for lunch, did you say?
I had the pork, which was fantastic. Beans and chips on the side, and yeah, never a bad meal at Phil's, but no, it was super good batch of beans today. Yeah.
Yep. Your buddy's not even looking up over there. What's he eating?
He went with the brisket and the sausage on the side, and of course banana pudding. So yeah, those corporate guys, they got to try a little bit of everything when they come to town.
Understand?
So,
Yep.
Yeah.
When I was watching you guys, a lot of talking going on. As soon as the food came, a lot of grunting and not much talking.
That's right. All business.
All
then.
business. Take care of the food. Always a pleasure, sir.
Well, thank you, Tom. We
25
appreciate it.
years.
It has been, sir.
Gosh.
Yeah, we go back that far. Yeah, in the Meadows Restaurant. Yeah.
Did the first live broadcast when they opened up Meadowview.
We did.
We were there on the very first one back when I was in radio. So it's a good time.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good man right there. Pete DeBraw again from Cattails of Meadowview. Always a pleasure. Then right over his shoulder is a couple of simply called couple of good old boys. How you doing, Mr. Rice? Doing good? I'm doing good. One of the good guys. He and I used to work at the Speedway together, and now his day job takes care of protecting folks. We appreciate that. There's 3 of them sitting there. Let me just go ahead and say this to you. I have the utmost respect for our law enforcement people. I appreciate what they do, and our first responders, our ambulance people, the firefighters. When the old crap hits the fan, guess who we call? We hit that 911, and they respond. So I appreciate our law enforcement folks. There's 3 of them here eating lunch, and so it's important to have them, folks, and we don't always give them the respect that they deserve, and we appreciate what they do. And so Brian's a good guy. So life treating you good? Now, I see you at Duggar. What's the connection at Duggar? You have a little one over there playing?
Well, got the rental lane.
You're kin to Rental Lane? God bless you.
His niece. That, and then my little buddy Eli Blevins.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Eli's one of our dear family friends.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We got good support.
Oh, great support. Yep. Yep, we're doing volleyball tonight. Riley Whitson. Yeah. Can't go wrong there. In fact, Amy watches every day, so little Amy Whitson, she's a dandy.
She is absolutely dandy.
And hopefully her husband's cutting hair right now. He should be. He better be, right? So everything else going. Oh, good stuff. Appreciate these guys very much. Again, we're live here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Quick break. We'll come right back. We'll go join, again, head coach Ben Fox of Maryville College football. Going to join us next. Got several kids from the Tri-Cities on the football team. 3 from Elizabeth, and Corey Russell and Wesley Irwin. And with on his way, I think, to being the starting quarterback would be Bryson Rollins, that just graduated from Elizabeth. And last night, JV football game, Science Hill. They're big and they're strong and they can play. They beat the Cyclones 20-6 last night. Again, Maddox Lucas was our Poor Travis Deli player of the game. So our next football broadcast will be the varsity's off this week. Next Monday night, we'll have Dobbins Minute coming to town JV football at Citizens Bank Stadium. Quick break. We'll be right back for Food City. We'll be right back. We'll check in with Ben Fox, head coach of the Maryville College Fighting Scots, here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Sports Show number 1,686, live today at Phil's Dream Pit.
All right. We ready for story time? Yes, Warren?
Mrs. Turner, for your last day, we would like to tell the story.
Okay.
Once upon a time, in this town, a little girl named Meredith Turner was born. And she grew up right here.
She went to this very school and graduated right here.
She went away for a short time to learn to be a teacher.
But she came back to teach right here.
She got married and raised a family right here.
Our moms and dads had you as their teacher right here.
And we do too. So right here, we'd all like to say,
We love you, Mrs. Turner!
The greatest labor-saving device of the 21st century is here. It's the revolutionary grocery delivery service from
Head coach Ben Fox of Maryville College. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing great, Tom. Thanks for having us.
Oh, absolutely. Love to talk about the Fighting Scots. So tell us how fall practice is going for Maryville. Is it college or university? Have you guys switched, or you still college?
Maryville College.
All right, Maryville College. All right.
Maryville College.
Tell us about fall practice, sir.
It's gone really well. The guys have worked really, really hard. They've competed hard and really gotten after it. Today is actually our last day of training camp. They start school tomorrow, so today will be a pretty physical practice, and it should be a lot of fun. We've had some live tackle situations and seen some guys run around and make plays, and it's been a lot of fun to see, and I think we've gotten better every day.
You have some Tri-Cities influence on the team. That's why we're talking, because we want to promote it up here in the Tri-Cities. We want folks to come down and watch some games this year. And so tell us about some of the kids playing on the Maryville football team that have Tri-City flavor to them.
Yeah, we've got several starters, and guys are going to be key contributors. Defensively, Devon White from over at Daniel Boone is going to be one of our starting linebackers. He's had a phenomenal camp and has really emerged as a leader, especially in his class, his sophomore class, and has done just great. Obviously, Corey Russell will be a huge part of our offense. And excited to watch him play. And then we've got, some guys like that have played a lot of football and have done great for us. Eli Presswood from up in Cloudland. We've got Wes Irwin from Elizabethton. Has done a great job. We've got a couple of younger guys, some young offensive linemen, LeBron Riddle from Science Hill. We've got 2 quarterbacks from Northeast Tennessee. Obviously, Bryson Rollins, who's had a phenomenal training camp and has looked great and done a great job. And Coleman Brayer from Bristol, from Tennessee High, who's done a really, really nice job, too. He's continued to get better and proud of those guys. So we've got a good influence. So a lot of kids. We've got several other offensive linemen from the Greene County area. So we've got about 10 or so guys from Northeast Tennessee that have worked really hard, and they're all going to be players that we count on this fall.
So selfishly do it out there, folks, thinking Maryville College football, what's this all about? Tell us why. You're the head coach. Why should a young man consider playing football in the future for Maryville College?
Yeah, I think what we're going to offer is going to be a great opportunity to get a world-class education, live in a great community, Maryville and the Knoxville area is growing. It's exploding. There's great job opportunities post-college and a chance to play small college football in a place with a ton of tradition where it matters. We played football here for over 100 years. I'm looking forward to our alumni luncheons that will start on Friday. We've had a lot of people, local alumni, that are very interested in checking us out and seeing what we're about and what our guys are about. And it's a great school, and it's a great place to be and live, and just a great opportunity to keep playing.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the schedule. First off, about the team. What do you feel like the strength's going to be this year for Maryville College?
It'll be interesting to see. I think our defense is going to be really talented. I think we're a lot better on the front line, on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Obviously, I believe that you win from the inside out, and I want us to be good up front on the offensive and the defensive lines. It's been a major point of emphasis in recruiting, a major point of emphasis in coaching, and the guys have really taken to that and worked very hard. As far as, what the strengths are going to be, it'll be interesting to see. A lot of it's going to depend on the quarterback situation and what our guy does well, and we'll kind of tailor everything to what he does. Defensively, we're very sound, and they play hard, they run, they tackle well, they're aggressive to the football, and it's been a really fun unit to watch.
Jules Roberts watching Elizabeth says Coach Fox is a good man. He is, and of course he is from the Tri-Cities. You played your football right down the road here at Daniel Boone, did you not?
I did. I'm dyed in the wool Tri-Cities, and it means a lot to me, and that community means a lot to me, always has, and I'm thrilled to be back in a position where we can offer opportunities for guys like me to go play, to keep playing, that love playing football, that want to play and want to get a great education, want to be a part of the program that is going to treat them right, love them, hold them accountable, and hopefully win a whole bunch of games too.
Absolutely. Daniel Boone, by the way, got, let's see, are they ranked this week in the state? They are number 10 in the state, Daniel Boone. So Trailblazers, Coach Jenkins got that big shutout win over South Green, 26-0. They're ranked in the state, so that's got to be pleasing for you as an alum. So you look down the line, who's your opening game, and then on the calendar, who do you circle? Who is the big rival for Maryville College?
Yeah, so we open with Berry College out of Rome, Georgia, who is in the last 5 or 6 years has been a very, very, very good football team. Very talented, competitive, works hard. They've been really good. So it'll be a great challenge for us. It was a very competitive game last year. I wouldn't say it was a very well played game, but it was very competitive. And so I know our guys are excited about a great challenge. For us, our rivalry, our biggest rival is Huntington College in Montgomery, which is the place I used to work. I've been on both sides of this rivalry. I tell everybody, if you don't know, it is Tennessee, Alabama. For people of a certain age, that's what it is. It means a whole lot to both programs, both colleges. It's very, very intense. I would say it's probably one of the 3 or 4 best rivalries in small college football. There's a lot of respect on both sides, but it is very, very intense. And so it's a lot of fun. We do a scarlet and gray period every day. So every day we're doing something to try to help get better, to try to win that game. That's the game that our kids have circled all year, and I know that they have that game circled too.
You played down there this year? You played in Maryville?
They actually come to us this year, so that'll be exciting. It's been, in the spring season we went down there, and then last fall we went down to Montgomery, so it'll be nice to get them here. It's been since 2018, I believe. It's been that long since they've had to come up here, so looking forward to making them make a little bit of a trip, and it should be a lot of fun.
Social media, how do we find out more about Maryville College football?
Yeah, I think the best way to go would be to follow us again. Check out our website. We've got a brand new website. Our sports information department does a phenomenal job, mcscouts.com. Also follow us on Twitter at Maryville College Football, trying to put out really good content and just kind of keeping people abreast about what we're doing. Really proud of the work that our guys are doing, how hard they're practicing every day. We took all of our returners on Sunday night. We packed 25,000 meals at one of the local churches here for Rise Against Hunger. And so it's not just about football, although football is a very important piece. But they're working very hard and trying to get back into the community and doing a lot of awesome, awesome things.
Coach, appreciate you. Everybody, when I mention him, here's Taz Irvin says, love Coach Fox. Everybody, when I hear Ben Fox's name, they say nothing but good things about you, and that's quite a compliment to you and your parents and your upbringing. So, again, thanks for checking in with us. What do you want to leave us with about Maryville College football?
Hey, we want everybody in Johnson City to know and the Tri-Cities that we are we're watching all you young players. We're watching you. It's my personal recruiting area. We want to see you guys get better. If you want to play college football, we want you to come play for us, and I want you to come play for me. I want this to feel like an extension of home. We want everybody to come see us. God bless and go Scots.
There you go. Coach, thank you. We'll talk to you very, very soon again, all right?
Appreciate it. Thanks, Tom.
Yes, sir. Good man. Coach Ben Fox, head football coach of the Maryville College Fighting Scots. As you heard him say, there's a lot of kids in the Tri-Cities and in Northeast Tennessee on that football team. And so be a nice little jaunt to go down to Maryville on a Saturday afternoon, catch a football game. And, again, he's right. It's a growing part of the area, Maryville, Knoxville. And so the Fighting Scots of Maryville College, Coach Ben Fox, who's from here in Gray and played at Daniel Boone for Coach Jenkins. And so it's it's a cool thing. He's doing a great job. And, again, he's doing a very good job coming up here recruiting kids out of this area to play football for the Fighting Scots of Maryville College. Quick break. We'll be right back. On this show, we sell cosmetics. We do a little bit of everything. Here's our sponsor, Mandy Lewis. We like her. On the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Coming up, we'll be joined at the bottom of the hour by Tanner Cook, sports writer, John City Press, Kingsport Times News.
Discover what you love at MaryKay.com or with your Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant.
Hi, this is Mandy Lewis with Mary Kay Cosmetics. Did you know we can quickly and conveniently deliver Mary Kay products directly to you? We offer easy-to-do home and office delivery. Avoid standing in a line for your skincare products when Mary Kay can ship them right to your door through the customer delivery service. Find out today how we can ship the hundreds of quality Mary Kay products right to your door. Contact me today at marykay.com/mlewis10377. That's marykay.com/mlewis10377.
Again, talking to my buddy Brian Pipkin, the general manager at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. So let's plant some seed for the springtime, summertime outdoor activities. Let's start with Dream Packs. Tell us about those.
You know, our Dream Packs are a staple here. They're one of the things that customers look for. We do them in even quantity, starting with feeding 4 people, up to 4, 5, 600, however many you can imagine. We can do that for you. Dream Pack's going to come with all the meat that you need, the buns that you need to make your sandwiches, all of the sauce, and 3 of our sides. You get to choose from our macaroni salad, our potato salad, our coleslaw, our macaroni and cheese, or our baked beans, or we can even do plain or barbecue chips. We do all that in-house. So it's a really good way to feed a lot of people. And what a lot of people don't know, you don't necessarily have to call that ahead. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, a reasonable number we can have done very quickly here. So if you're driving by the interstate and you're thinking, hey, I wish I'd gotten something to feed my family for supper tonight, and you see the sign, stop on in. We'll take care of you. You don't have to call this in ahead of time. Feel free to just stop by the window and grab it.
Meat by the pound. Tell us about that.
Meat by the pound, same thing. If you're just looking for meat, or even if you're just looking for sides, you're thinking, I don't want to cook tonight, but I'm just trying to feed a bunch of people and do it on a reasonable budget. We do meat by the pound, or pulled pork, pulled chicken, smoked turkey, $13.99 a pound. Brisket a little bit more, a little more expensive meat at $24.99, or you can do our pulled beef at $14.99. So fairly reasonable pricing. We're going to throw the sauce in on that as well. As always, we do a 10% discount for our veterans and our police officers. We appreciate, and firefighters, first responders, we appreciate all their sacrifice and effort, and we want to appreciate them in that way as well.
Last thing, tell me about the sampler platters you can get here at Phil's Dream Pit.
Sampler platter, a good way to try a lot of different things. We can do either 2 or 3 meats. You can choose from our pulled pork, our smoked turkey, our pulled chicken. We do a pulled beef that's a beef shoulder and ribeye combination that we pull just like our pork. The smoked brisket, the dry rub ribs, the sweet ribs. Choose any of those in 2 or 3 meat options and put them on a platter. You can even do our pork wing, which is a piece of shank meat, a really tender piece of meat on a bone that we call a pork wing. If pigs could fly, that's what they look like.
On social media, how do we find you?
Facebook, we're on Facebook right now. Maybe one day we'll be on Instagram and Snapchat if my kids could show me how. But for now, Facebook where we're at.
And the hours you're open here?
Hours are 11 to 7, Tuesday through Saturday. We're closed on Sunday on the Lord's Day, and we're closed on Monday to give our little bit of time for our families and to get ramped up again for the week.
Yep. Website is Phil's Dream Pit.
Website at philsdreampit.com. Everything we're talking about, you can order right there as well. Pickup time. Usually we'll have them ready in about 20 minutes, or you can even select a pickup time. So if you're thinking 11 o'clock, I want to pick something up on the way home, order it, have it ready 4:30, 4:45, and we'll have it sitting here ready to go for you when you get here.
The quest for perfect barbecue, one of our great sponsors, been with me since day one. Phil's Dream Pit, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. From Physical Therapy Services, one of our great sponsors. You work with pediatrics at PTS. Tell me about that.
I do not. I work with pediatric athletes, but yes, we do pediatric at 1500 in the medical care building. That's when they work with people that they're developmentally delayed, where they're having a hard time walking, crawling, that kind of thing. Also Down syndrome, autism, all of that. And so they work, PT and OT work in conjunction with each other to help these kids get back to normal life.
Something that they treat a lot more than I realized, headaches. A lot of folks come in with headaches, and you help them. Tell me about that.
Yep. So headaches can come from the neck. It can come from, you can have vertigo and headaches and that kind of thing. So what we do is we do an evaluation, see if we can kind of pinpoint where those headaches are coming from, either refer them out if they need other help from like an ENT or something like that, a migraine specialist, or if we think that we can help them, we'll treat their neck and whatever other issues that they have going along with that.
Social media, how do we find you?
We have Facebooks for the pediatric and the ortho clinics, and then you can either call us or find me on a sideline somewhere.
Dr. Aaron Kaiser, one of our great sponsors with Physical Therapy Services of Cyclone Football and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Oh, yeah. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live at Phil's Dream Pit. Let's take a look again at the polls. Again, the high school, our local teams, Dobbins Minute ranked 8th in the state. Joey Christian will be on the show tomorrow. The head football coach at DB. Also, Science Hill, honorable mention. West Ridge, honorable mention in 6A. 5A football, Daniel Boone, the Trailblazers, number 10 in the state. Big win over South Green, 26-0 on Saturday. Morristown West gets an honorable mention in 5A football. In 4A, Greenville, number 1. Elizabethton in at number 10 this week in 4A football. In 3A, Unicoi County head coach Rice on earlier in the show. They are number 9 in the state. Chucky Doe gets an honorable mention. Highest ranked team in the area, the Hampton Bulldogs, number 2 in the state in 2A football. And then in single A, Cloudland comes in an honorable mention. So that's your local teams involved in the state polls this week in high school football. So that's quite an honor. Got a lot of them in there, and that's great. Well, the more, the merrier. And, of course, we have talked about here on the show how you can look down and see how we continue to go into Middle Tennessee and do well in the different sports, bring back state championships. And so we're getting the respect that we deserve. That hasn't always been that way down in Middle Tennessee, but it is now by virtue of how we're, as they say, how we're getting it done. NASCAR. Chase Elliott comes out and says he's not happy with Kyle Larson, how they kind of dueled there at the end of Watkins Glen on Sunday. And, of course, Elliott losing that one. Kyle Larson beat him, and so there was Elliott. They normally play it close to the vest as far as negative comments. We came out this morning. I'll read the article here in just a minute, give you some quotes. But, again, Chase Elliott not happy with his teammates, so I would assume in the conference room yesterday or whenever they sit down and have the weekly review of the racing weekend, I would assume things were a little salty between Chase Elliott, if they even met at all, and Kyle Larson. So Elliott not pleased the way things ended at Watkins Glen. And, of course, you know Larson did what he had to do, and that's what he said. He said, I'm out there for the win for my sponsors and for my boss, Rick Hendrick, much like Chase is across the table. So Chase, the winningest, or not the winningest, most popular driver in NASCAR by vote of the fans. So not a happy camper. And so we'll read a quote for you coming up here. And in fact, we can do it right now. Let's see if we can get it. If I can pull it real quick and let you read, let you hear. There he is. This is coming out of the Johnson City Press. Give you props. Tanner's going to join us. And we'll look at the players of the week before we talk to Tanner Cook coming up here in a few minutes as we're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. Kyle Larson has just 2 wins this season. Both came at the expense of Chase Elliott. So Larson celebrating victory lane while Elliott sought out team leadership, what appeared to be an animated conversation. They don't like each other, apparently. Larson forcing Elliott to miss the corner slide back in traffic, all while Larson skirted away to his first victory since February at Fontana. He ran Elliott into the wall to win the race there in that race. So Larson says, I'm not proud of it. Elliott, meanwhile, was locked into a conversation with Hendrick Motorsports owner Rick Hendrick and Vice Chairman Jeff Gordon. Chase Elliott appeared to do most of the talking, and after he walked away, he had little to offer an interview about the finish of the race or his regular season title championship. He won the regular season championship over the weekend in Watkins Glen. Kyle Larson says, quote, I'm not proud of it, but I don't like to do that, but in that moment, that was my only shot to win. I haven't won a lot this year, so I got to win races, end quote. Chase Elliott says, I'm not happy how it was treated, how it came down, and Kyle Larson basically said, I got to win. I'm paid to win races. My sponsors want that, and he did. So stay tuned. That's going to be an interesting to see how that unfolds as they move into the final race of the regular season at Daytona, where they always have the big one this weekend, and the playoffs start week after next. And Darlington, they're coming to, of course, Bristol in September. All right, we'll take a look at the Northeast Tennessee football players of the week. The one star was Drake Fisher out of Sullivan East, the quarterback. 23 out of 45 passing and losing calls, 224 yards and 4 touchdowns, the one-star player of the week. 2-star was Levi Lunsford out of Hampton. Lunsford, again, rushing for 100 yards and scoring 2 touchdowns. Levi Lunsford, 2-star player of the week out of Hampton. 3-star was Aiden Reiner from Daniel Boone, the running back. 21 carries, 124 yards and a touchdown for Aiden Reiner. He's the 3-star player of the week. 4-star was Jake Carson out of Dobbins Minute. Carson, 17 out of 25, 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. 31-0 blowout over Tennessee High. Then the 5-star player of the week, Cale Bryant from West Ridge. Cale Bryant, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns, and 267 yards of offense. That's a very impressive night. So the 1-star, Drake Fisher, Sullivan East. 2-star, Levi Lunsford of Hampton. Levi Lunsford of Hampton. 3-star was Aiden Reiner of Daniel Boone. 4-star was Jake Carson out of Dobbins Minute. And the 5-star player of the week was Cale Bryant from Westridge. That was in the Johnson City Press. Now, is it the same? Do they change it? It'll have to be the same because Virginia's not started yet. So there you go. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. We'll be joined by Tanner Cook talking sports, a lot of it, a lot of different topics right after this break. We are live at Phil's Dream Pit. Busy, busy, busy. In fact, it's so busy, I'm not sure Brian can get over and talk to us today. That's how busy it is, and that's okay. We'll take a break. We'll come right back after he tells you football time in Tennessee. It's a good time to get Dream Packs from Phil's Dream Pit. Talking to my buddy Brian Pipkin again from Phil's Dream Pit. Let's talk about Dream Packs. How can you help us Dream Packs?
So the beauty of the Dream Pack, Tom, is it lets you feed a lot of people at an affordable price rather than buying individual meals. So, if you've got a party coming up, a graduation, a wedding, just a big get-together in your backyard, or just trying to feed the family on a Thursday night, we're here with our Dream Packs. And great thing about our Dream Packs, we give with them, we do approximately 4 ounces of meat for each person, which is a pretty healthy serving. That's going to get you a good hamburger-sized sandwich. And 3 of our sides, those sides come a pint to every 4 people. And we can do those Dream Packs in numbers anywhere from 4 all the way up to 200 and 300. So as many people as you want to feed, we can assist you, and that Dream Pack is a great way to go to do that.
Company picnics, pick it, class reunions, VBS, Sunday school parties, you name it, for one person, 500 people, whatever the case may be, you're ready to go. You do it all the time.
Absolutely, we sure do. And we can do those Dream Packs cold as well. I actually did that not too long ago. Myself and a couple of my kids, we did a meal after church on Sunday. We literally boxed up everything here in the restaurant just the way we would to a customer, vacuum sealed the meat cold, took it in, and Sunday morning during Sunday school, we popped it on the stove there at the church, heated everything up, threw the beans in the oven. All the other sides were cold and served them right there. Did about 75, 80 people that day. And, literally 30, 45 minutes of prep, and most of that's just waiting. It's not really doing anything. So we can get those cold for you as well if you're planning on meeting on a Sunday or a Monday when we're closed. Just tell us you want it cold, and we'll get it cold, and we'll have it ready to go for you. That's the great thing about it. It's not just, here's a bunch of food, now figure out what to do with it.
Right.
We're going to give you step-by-step instructions on anything you got questions about how to heat it up, what exactly to do, and help you every step of the way.
Meat by the pound. Let me get over there. Meat by the pound. Tell me about this from Phil's Dream Pit.
If you're not really wanting the full Dream Pack, you don't need sides, or you're planning on doing a potluck thing where everybody brings their own, you can just buy meat from us. Pulled pork, pulled chicken, brisket, smoked turkey. We sell all of that by the pound. At, again, what we feel like are pretty affordable prices for everything being made right here in the house.
Closed on Sundays and Mondays, open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 7. Again, the meal plates, there's another option to go to from Phil's Dream Pit. There's 11 different meal plates you can work on. And last but not least, squeeze in the sampler platter. Tell me about that, would you please?
Sampler platters let you try just a little bit of everything. Any 2 or 3 meats. Everything we serve except for the half chicken, but due to their time, we can't do them in the sampler platter. But if you're coming in and you're going, I have a hard time deciding between the pulled pork, the brisket, and the ribs, get you a sampler platter with all 3.
There you go. Folks, can't beat it. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Social media, how do we find you?
On Facebook, and we're also at philsdreampit.com.
philsdreampit.com. My man does a great job. Been with us since day one, folks.
Thank you.
Day one, he's been with us. We're going to continue this relationship. Our buddy Brian Pipkin right here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Great sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Let's go up here and show you again. We're very proud. We're on YouTube now. That's awesome. And we, for the broadcast on Friday night, had over 2,200 views on YouTube, which is, we've only been on it for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. What is it, 5 days we've been on? So very excited about that. We had that kind of response. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're on YouTube and on Facebook. Let's go to the ponies there. Our buddy Tanner Cook sees handsome mug on the screen. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Doing good. How about you, Tom?
Just fine, sir. Wedding plans, what's the magic date again?
November the 3rd.
September the 3rd?
November.
Oh, November the 3rd. November the 3rd. All right, getting ready to get hitched up, and it's she's a classy lady. He's a classy guy, but let's jump in there and talk. Your Yankees, down to 8 games. What's going on? What's wrong with the Bronx Bombers? I thought they were going to win this thing going away at the All-Star break, talking about getting the most wins ever for a Major League Baseball team at 116, and all of a sudden hit some hard times. What's going on with New York Yankee baseball?
Just not hitting right now. I mean, with the exception of a few games here and there, they're just not hitting. I mean, they got shut out there for a stretch for it was like back to back or 3 straight games, something like that. It was not good. But I mean, beat the Mets yesterday, so that's at least something.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's the other division leader in the NL. So, I mean, it's a good win, but I mean, the pitching's okay, but we just can't hit right now. I mean, I don't know what the magic thing to do is to break out of the team slump, but I mean, Judge is still hitting home runs, but I mean, the rest of the team can't do anything. So it's kind of a little bit of a hard spot right now for New York.
Does Tampa Bay and Toronto have the horses to catch them? Can they do it? Can they?
I mean, they definitely can right now with the way New York's playing. I mean, it's 8 games, but there's probably about 30-some games left. I think that's about right.
Yeah.
The season usually ends, late September. So, and we're a little bit over halfway into August. So, I don't know. I mean, I think that New York will be able to hold them off, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do drop into one of the wild card spots, to be completely honest with you.
It's a great Cinderella story in the American League East. The Baltimore Orioles have been a doormat for, several years. All of a sudden, they're playing good enough baseball to be considered on the outside looking in, but be considered nonetheless for a wild card spot. I think it's a great testament to Baltimore Oriole baseball.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, they've had a really, really good minor league system for the last few years, and, that's finally coming to fruition for them. They've had to trade off a few pieces, but they're sitting all right now. And, yeah, like you said, this is a great turnaround for them. Like you said, they've been the doormat of the AL East and pretty much the entire American League for – I mean, there was maybe 1 or 2 years that I can remember that they were, okay, but, I mean, this is the best they've been in a long time, at least in my recent memory.
The wild card teams at this point, Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Seattle in that order. Yankees lead Tampa Bay by 8. They lead Toronto by 8.5. In the Central, Cleveland a 2-game lead over Minnesota and a 3-game lead over Chicago. Good race right there going on right now in the American League Central.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, I know those teams right now, even if they had only 2 divisions, none of those teams that were in that division race right now would be in the hunt for a wild card. So that's one of the, not as good divisions, but one of those teams is going to get in because they win their division. But it's a really good race right now.
Talk a little high school football coming up here in a minute. We're talking to Tanner Cook, sports writer, John City Press, Kingsport Times News. In the National League, the Mets with a 3-game lead over the Braves. Can the Braves do it? Do they have the horses to overtake the Mets down the stretch?
Well, I mean, they after losing 4 or 5 there a few weeks ago, they came back and did pretty well in a weekend series. I think they won 3 or 4, so that's a good sign. They chopped the lead down. No pun intended.
Yeah.
And, if New York, if the Yankees continue to beat the Mets and Atlanta continues to win, I mean, that lead's going to get smaller and smaller. So I think Atlanta's got the horses. I mean, it's just New York, the Mets have a really tough time scoring when someone like Jacob deGrom or Max Scherzer is pitching. So, I mean, it's interesting. They got the 2 best pitchers in the game, and they can't score when those guys are on the mound. And I'm pretty sure that combined they have either just 1 or 2 games over 500 or right at 500 record when those 2 guys are pitching. So it's a kind of a conundrum right now for the Mets.
In the National League Central, the Cardinals lead Milwaukee by 5. St. Louis has kind of flipped the switch here in the last 10, 15 games, led a lot in a lot of ways by, of course, Goldschmidt. But Albert Pujols is having a great second half of the season. Cardinals by 5 over Milwaukee. The wild card right now is Atlanta, Philadelphia, and San Diego in that order. Can the Cardinals hang on? Can the Milwaukee Brewers overtake them?
I think the Cardinals have really proven themselves here in the last little bit. And like you said, Albert Pujols is on a tear, 42 years old. He's having a little bit of a resurgence here in the last few games. I think it's either like 7 out of 10 or something like that he's had a home run in a game. So, and yesterday was a walk-off 1-0 game. So that's a fantastic for him. And he's getting close to 700 in his last season. So I think I'd love to see him get it because he's one of the good guys in the league, I think. And even though he does play for the Cardinals, but I'd love to see him get 700.
Yep. Let's switch gears, talk a little high school sports. What have you been covering? Who you been covering? And what's your take on high school sports? We're into the second week of the season as far as the fall sports, and so what's your take so far?
A little bit slow right now, but I mean it's going to start to pick up. I mean football's back, so that's always a good thing. I'll actually be covering my first volleyball match this evening. Let's see, and then I covered soccer last week, and of course I covered football. Cross country starts this week, so things are getting started up. Of course, in the volleyball, I mean. In the Three Rivers, I mean, Tennessee High is off to a fantastic start, and Big Five, you know, sometimes it's not really hasn't separated itself out yet. And soccer is just kind of, you know, DB Science Hill, you know, head and shoulders above everybody else. I think Tennessee High is pretty good in that other division, so it's going to be interesting once things really get in the groove where these teams stand here in a couple of weeks.
How about soccer? What's the soccer going on right now? You mentioned a little bit of...
I think the DB Science Hill and girls soccer kind of head and shoulders above everybody else right now. And I think Tennessee High in the lower division there for the girls soccer is one of the better teams. So I think that they're at least from what the records I see, but I haven't really watched them yet this year. I haven't really watched a whole lot of anybody this year yet, but I'm sure I'll be making my rounds.
Yep.
So.
Had a chance watching high school football yet?
Yeah, I covered Westridge last week, and they played volunteer. It ended up not being much of a game, but the Wolves, they're for real. They're pretty good. It'll be interesting to see where they stand this week. They got Boone, and you know Boone shut out South Green last week on Saturday, so that'll be a really good test for Justin Hilton's crew there.
That may be the game of the week. Daniel Boone and West Ridge. Both, as you said, big win for West Ridge at home, and Daniel Boone beat South Green. In fact, the way I read it, I don't think Daniel Boone, or rather South Green, crossed midfield. So that's how kind of a defensive job Boone did. So that may be the game of the week. Anderson County will be at Science Hill for their home opener for the Hilltoppers. We had them last week against Elizabethton. Anderson County's always Anderson County. Let's see if they're ranked this week. They normally are.
I think they're number 2.
Anderson County is number 2 in the state. So Science Hill, honorable mention in 6A, and in 4A, number 2 in the state, Anderson County. Good matchup at Johnson City. That's another probably game of the week. But I would think Boone and Westridge, that may be the Daddy Rabbit this week. What do you think?
I think so. I mean, that's power football against power football right there. I mean, both those teams love to run the football, and that game will go really quick because there won't be too much passing in that game.
No.
I mean, Boone has a varied offense. They threw it 19 times last week, but normally they're a ground and pound kind of team. But that game will go really quick, and I think it has the potential of ending up being one of those 20-14 games or something like that. Real low scoring. Depends on defensive stop every now and again.
Yep. Daniel Boone, again, as we said, honorable mention. I'm sorry, not that honorable mention. They are. Daniel Boone would be number 10 in the state in 5A football. And Westridge gets honorable mention in 6A football. So that's a good one at Westridge. Yeah, for my money, it's the game of the week. Cyclones are off this week. They got to regroup and get ready to go to Greenville next Friday night. So Greenville will be on the road to Granger, and that'll be a blowout game, I'm sure. On paper it would be. We'll see how it does on the field. But, yep, Elizabethton and Science Hill, of course, they're still talking about the hit, and there's not been any, that I know of, any determination what's going to happen as far as rulings on players or the player, that the young man who hit Cade Russell. So we'll see. But it's off to a flying start. How was the crowd at Westridge last Friday night? Good crowd?
Good crowd. Yeah, they of course it's not hard, it's hard to measure up to the crowd that they had last year in the inaugural season, but they still had a really good crowd there on Friday. I mean, I don't want to give any estimates, but it was pretty good.
Yep.
One of the bigger crowds I've seen in a little while.
As a runner, and you are, how's cross country right now in Northeast Tennessee? Is Daniel Boone still the Daddy Rabbit?
Yeah, we haven't really started yet. We've had some preseason stuff, but the first major meet kicks off this weekend. Run for the Hills down there and the South Holston Dam. Always an interesting opener, being probably one of the harder courses in the area. But Daniel Boone, they're still probably the top dog right now. But DB, I think they're going to be back this year. It'll be interesting to see what they bring to the table. On the girls' side, you got to look at DB. They've got a bunch of returners. I think they only lost like one or two from last year, and they pretty much reload. It'll be interesting to see who can challenge DB. I think Crockett will be pretty good. They too, I think, only lost maybe one or two with seniors last year, so they're pretty much reloaded. Should be a battle for that top spot in the region.
Yep, should be a good one. And so lots going on. Everything's in high gear. Golf, the 5 sports, golf, volleyball, girls soccer, cross country, and, of course, football. So, yeah, it's a good time of the year. And you guys stay busy. The tab, by the way, I thought you all put out was very, very good. Good job. We use it as a reference point, and you guys did a great job, as always, putting out that tab.
Appreciate that. That was a lot of work.
Yep.
In a very short amount of time.
Yep. A lot of traveling, a lot of coaches, a lot of teams got to cover, give them their prognostications in a short period of time, and you guys did it and did it well. All right, so last thing, back to baseball. If you set them right now, say World Series, August 23rd, 2022, American League team will be and the National League team will be. Who do you think?
American League, I've been on New York, of course, but with the way the season has played out, I'm going to have to go with Houston. Their pitching's just been the most consistent so far, and of course, in the National League, you have to look at the Dodgers. I mean, they've won 80 games already. I mean, they're just steamrolling through the season. I mean, they could end up winning 110 games, and I think that they're probably going to cruise to the postseason. And I really don't see much of a challenge for them unless they were happen to run into maybe someone like maybe Atlanta or maybe the Mets in the NLCS, but I really can't see them really having much of a challenge in the National League. So I think it's Houston and the Astros and the Dodgers in the World Series right now.
Wow. Interesting picks. All right. College football starts this week. What do you think? You're a big college football guy. What do you think about we've got none of our local teams per se are playing, but we do have a full slate. I think it's 11 games are going to start. Probably the big ones, Nebraska, Northwestern. That's a big one, and Illinois and Wyoming. And the Florida State Seminoles will be at home against Duquesne, which is a checkbook game, but the Seminoles are playing. Vanderbilt goes to Hawaii to play on a Saturday night in Honolulu. So college football, what do you think and what are you hearing about Tennessee football right now?
I mean, a lot of people seem to be pretty high on Tennessee right now. I mean, I'm not really believing until I see it on the field. I mean, yeah, Hendon Hooker's, pretty good. He's coming back, and we've got Cedric, the wide receiver. His name escapes me right now. Is it Cedric Tillman, something like that? I can't remember. He's pretty good. Jalen Hyatt. Tennessee's got a lot of good players coming back, but they just got to prove it on the field. I mean, I've said it for so many years, and I'm a Tennessee fan through and through. They got to prove it to me before I'm, back on the bandwagon of saying, we're going to win 9 or 10 games. I've had my heart ripped out plenty of times as a Tennessee fan over the years, and I would just like to see them have a good season of 8, 9, maybe 10 wins. 10 wins may be asking for a lot, but I'd really like to see them get 8 or 9 wins this year. That'd be a really good improvement. You're probably finishing, second in the SEC East behind Georgia. I mean, it's pretty much just a foregone conclusion right now that Georgia's going to win the East and Alabama's going to win the West. So I'd really like to see them finish second. But again, they have to prove it on the field to me first.
Haven't talked to you for a while. What's your take on Southern Cal and UCLA bolting from the Pac-12 and joining the Big Ten Conference to make them even stronger? They just went out and signed a big television contract that will exclude Fox and exclude ESPN. Looks like it's going to be NBC and CBS. I'm sorry, and Fox, but they're excluding ABC and ESPN. So what's your take on all that right now in college football?
Money talks, and in any language. I mean, they I think it was like 7 years and like $8 some million or something like that. It's some sort of bukus of money out there. I mean, it's a pretty big gift for the Big Ten to get the LA market. Yeah, the travel for what they say as quote unquote non-revenue sports is going to be crazy, going from California to Happy Valley in Pennsylvania, once or twice a week or something like that. But it'll be interesting for sure. But I think the money is there, and I mean there's plenty of ways now that these teams recover. But I think it ended up being a pretty good deal for the Big Ten, because I mean that's huge contract. I mean they're so far ahead of the SEC right now in terms of money per team that if you're the SEC, you got to be kind of looking at that like, wait a second, we need a bigger slice of the pie here, especially when the SEC has ESPN in their back pocket, and with the CBS deal expiring not this year but next year, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see where if they were to renegotiate a deal with ESPN and say, hey, all of us need a bigger slice of the pie here. So,
good point.
I'm interested to see.
Yep, because the SEC's got to sit down and, you got to feel like they're going to try and one-up them and get a better contract, and they should, because last time I checked, all the college championships in the last 4, 5, 6 years have ended up at an SEC school, so they've got the power to be a power broker. And I would think they're going to blow the lid off the next contract being awarded to the Southeastern Conference. I think it'll be big bucks and a lot of moolah, to say the least. All right. Transfer portal, we've talked about that. The name, image, and likeness, do you ever see that trickling down to high school?
There's been talks about it here in Tennessee. I mean, it's probably not going to go very far, at least right now, because of there's some laws that have to go through, and I don't think that the state of Tennessee is really all that, enthused about the high schoolers in some states. I mean, I know California is really big on it. I don't think the state of Tennessee is really enthused about the high schoolers being able to make money off of their name, image, and likeness. But I mean, eventually it is going to trickle down to the prep level, but I don't see it here in the next 3 to 4 years. Now, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road, it could be very possible. But you got to have a lot of change in not only the TSSAA, you have to have a lot of change in government at the state level to get bills passed and all that stuff, and maybe even at the federal level you have to have some change. But it'll be interesting over the next few years to see this name, image, and likeness stuff trickle down to the prep level, because it already is, but it's in very small amounts and in very few states. But I think probably the next decade or so, you'll see a good portion, or at least a majority of the states and union having some sort of name, image, and likeness at the prep level.
We'll see. That's a good point. Tanner Cook, what are you working on this week, my friend?
High school sports.
High school sports.
High school sports.
You got volleyball tonight, right?
Volleyball tonight, volleyball Thursday, football Friday, cross country Saturday.
You got it.
I got a busy schedule.
Yep.
The way I like it.
Yep. That's it. Keep up the good work. I'll talk to you next week, all right?
Appreciate the time. Have a good one.
Yep, good man. Tanner Cook, sports writer, John City Press, Kingsport Times News. We're live here again at Phil's Dream Pit. Back after this from American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City. Tim Smith, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. 8 reasons to come to American Import and Auto Repair. ASE certified technicians, master techs on site. Tell us about that.
Well, we have ASE master techs. We go back and we learn and we refresh ourselves. All the new computer stuff, all the new stuff out on cars, to make us up to date as we can on what goes on with your vehicles.
3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty. Tell me about that.
Well, if you have a problem in Florida or Mississippi, we have somebody there to take care of you. If you've had repairs done here, somebody there will take care of it, and it won't charge you anything.
Free shuttle, loaner cars available.
Free shuttle. If you come by here and you need a ride back to work or you need a ride home, we can be there to help you out. Or if we have loaner cars, we have 7 or 8 of them. If they're available, we can give them to you and you can just drive all over.
Financing options available.
Everybody's on a budget. If you need help with that, with Christmas coming up and everything, a lot of ours are 6 months, same as cash, so you can budget for that over the next 6 months, pay it off, and it won't cost you anything.
Free Wi-Fi, coffee, refreshments, and comfy waiting area here. Then you get into the key drop for early and late drop-off. Tell me about that.
So if you want to pick your car up later, we have a locked key drop to put your key in that you can do the combination to and take your key at 8, 9 o'clock at night if you want to. Or if you want to drop it off early in the morning, we have a key drop. You can tell us what's wrong with your car in the envelope, drop your keys in that into the inside of the building where it's safe, and we'll look at it the next day.
100% customer satisfaction guaranteed.
If you have any problems with our stuff, we are here. We will help you. We're not going to leave you high and dry.
All repairs approved by me. Before you do anything, as I said earlier, you got A, B, and C. You're working on getting in and find out there's D, E, and F. Before you go to fix D and F, you call me and let me know, right?
You get a call.
There you go.
Hey, what's going on with this?
That's exactly right. It's good stuff, folks. Again, AmericanImportAutoRepair.com is the website. West Market Street here in Johnson City. The hours you're open are
7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday.
Here you go. They do a super job, folks. Again, they've won multiple awards because they do a phenomenal job. This is our owner, Tim Smith, American Import and Auto Repair, one of our great sponsors of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Hi, this is Big Country, and you're watching my buddy Tom Taylor and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Look who stopped by to wrap this thing up. It would be the man who runs the show here, and we appreciate that very much. Mr. Brian Pipkin, how you doing, sir?
Hi, I'm doing good, Tom. How are you today?
Doing great. Great start.
Yes, sir.
As soon as I opened the door, they were standing in line waiting.
Yes, sir. That's pretty typical Tuesday. We usually have a pretty big lunch crowd. We open up at 11, and yeah, but you know the great thing about it, we got an amazing staff. We are full staffed where a lot of restaurants are hurting right now. So God's blessed us, and we move them in and out of here pretty quickly. So don't let the line scare you.
Yep, that's right. They don't mess around. We're going to talk about the Dream Packs here in a moment. Tennessee football getting ever so closer to Ball State coming up on September 1st, which will be next week. So Tennessee football cranks up. What do you think about the Big Orange?
I think they're deserving a top 25 ranking if you look at a lot of those teams in the top 25. I mean, I can't imagine. There's about 7 of those teams near the bottom that you're going on a head-to-head. I can't imagine Tennessee wouldn't be favored on a neutral field. I think they'd be favored over a lot of them playing on the road, much less at home. So I don't know. I've never put much faith into preseason rankings. It doesn't matter very much unless you're at the very, very top and you have about 3 teams go through undefeated, and that doesn't happen too often. Usually it works itself out.
In the East, where do you think we're going to end up? You got Georgia, Florida, us, Missouri, South Carolina, Vanderbilt. I think it's the 5 teams. There's more than that. There's 7. So who am I leaving out? Kentucky, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, and Missouri, or Vanderbilt. There you go.
Yeah, I really believe we're a solid 3rd. Don't ask me who's second in because I couldn't tell you that. But I don't feel like we're the second best team in the East behind Georgia. they're about, well, let me rephrase that. We might be the second best team, but there's about 5 teams that are really pretty equal across the board, and I feel like we probably will do well in the conference, but I see us at the third place in each team personally.
Buck football, what do you think about ETSU?
We're going to see. New coach, new system, new everything. We'll see where ETSU goes. I have no idea what to expect. You got essentially a first-time college head coach. Got an impressive resume. You certainly can't blame the Bucks for hiring him, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, no idea.
Yeah. Wait and see. Well, your beloved Hilltoppers got that big win Friday night in the Railroad Rumble over Elizabethton.
Yeah, big win.
Yeah, 17-7. The sad part is everybody's going to remember the hit. That's 10 years now. Yeah, remember that game? Yeah, that was the night the kid. Okay, but that was one play, and it was a huge play, obviously, for what happened. But it was a microcosm of the actual game itself. Very sloppily played. A lot of kids, young kids, first game out on both sides of the football, and it showed over 20-some penalties. But at the end of the night, Science Hill did what they needed to do to win. The special teams and the kicking game was not on par that it normally is for Elizabeth, and that really kind of came back and haunted the Cyclones. But, we'll step back. Here's what's crazy about football and the recruiting wars. You hear about the 5-star linebackers, the 5-star running backs, 5-star quarterbacks, so on and so forth. But when you get down to it in the big games, what is it more times than not determines it? The kicking game.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And, that's what you talked about, the big hit. The first thing I said to my wife when I saw it is, terrible things happen on terrible punts. And you looked at it and you're going, oh boy, this is an awful kick, and that's the kind of thing that happens. You get centers downfield hitting returners. That's not a good thing.
But am I right? Big games.
Yeah, absolutely. It's special teams. I wouldn't necessarily say the kicking game, but it's special teams. A good kickoff return late in the game makes all the difference in the world. Sets up a field goal kicker for a field goal when, you should be down there on the 20-yard line punting if they can just tackle the returner. Same thing, you see fumbles on special teams. That's why a lot of times you see these teams kick them to upbacks and things. They kick them to people that aren't used to handling the ball as much.
Well, the other night you had a block block punt and a missed field goal in special teams and a kicking game for Elizabeth. That's huge plays in the game. So, and an interception to pick as well. So, again, all correctable mistakes. 2 very young teams. Cyclones off this week. Elizabethton will go to Greenville next Friday night to take on the number 1 team of the state. And, of course, as we've said, Science Hill goes back home to their home opener against Anderson County. So, and again, we talked to Coach Rice. Unicoi County's ranked. The highest-ranked team in the area right now is Hampton, number 2 in the state. Dobbinsman's in the polls. Daniel Boone's in the polls. Hampton, Cloudland, Elizabethton, Westridge. Who am I leaving off? Dobbins Minute. All these. We'll talk to Coach Christian tomorrow. We'll be on the show tomorrow. We'll be checking in with the head coach of the Dobbins Minute Indians. We're talking to our buddy you see on the screen, Brian Pipkin. So, as the late John Ward would say, it's football time in Tennessee. One of our great sponsors, of course, Phil's Dream Pit. And Dream Packs, tailgating on a Friday night, Saturday football game, even on Sunday watching the pros. The Dream Packs can really help you out. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we can do Dream Packs one of 2 ways. We can do them hot or we can do them cold. So if you want to have some of those for the NFL party, we can set you up with a cold, give you a really good instruction for heating it, making sure it's nice and fresh when you eat it. If you're talking college football, just come by the restaurant. We've got you ready to go. Dream Packs are going to include your meat. They're going to include 3 of our sides, and they're going to include your barbecue sauce and your bun. So if you take a pulled pork, for example, you're going to get a pound of pork for that for 4. If you do one for 4 people, you're going to get a pint of 3 of our sides. So you can do coleslaw, potato salad, beans are probably the most popular of those 3. You can also do macaroni salad, macaroni and cheese if you got kids eating. We got a really good mac and cheese we worked hard on over the years to get one that was decent, because we went through some that weren't very good. So we're pretty happy with it as well. It's an exciting time here, and one thing I liked to do a lot last year, and late into the middle of the second quarter of a game, we go, call us now, put your order online, just tell us you want a halftime pickup, and we'll have it ready at halftime, because we always got them on the TV up here. We know exactly what's going on when the Vols are playing.
There you go. So Dream Packs, they feed them in increments of 4. Again, they're available here again at Phil's Dream Pit, Interstate 26 exit of Eastern Star Exit of Interstate 26, 349-6437. Social media, how do we find you?
Social media, we're on Facebook. You can also order online at philsdreampit.com. And brand new thing we're doing, just started today. If you're within 15 miles of the restaurant, we are doing Grubhub delivery as well. So
that's awesome.
We'll
Hours are open? Hours are open?
11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. Closed on Sunday, the Lord's Day, and we're closed on Monday to give our employees 2 days off like everybody else. Part of the reason we're full staff. We try to treat them well.
There you go. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, it is Phil's Dream Pit. Again, Eastern Star Exit of Interstate 26. Again, a proud sponsor here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So, as the late John Ward says, it is football time in Tennessee. And so, Tennessee, you got Virginia Tech, the Hokies, the other regional team. Of course, in here there's such an influx. Your pitmaster, the one, the only Brandon, is a Michigan guy. You got fans in here from virtually all the different teams, Ohio State, Florida. It's not just, even though you're in East Tennessee, you have all these other folks who moved in and bringing their team's allegiance with them. So it really makes for kind of a melting pot, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And, we don't fault Brandon for being a Michigan guy. He's a heck of a cook. He was trained by the pitmaster Phil himself, as was I, and he's really, really good at what he does. So we try to overlook the fact that he's a Michigan fan. We let him wear the gear in here, and I'm not much of an Ohio State fan either. So I guess I can take Michigan if we got to do that.
There you go. Phil, of course, passed the baton on to you, and you're running the show now, and you've been doing that for what, a month or so, I guess?
We're almost 2 months.
2
now,
months,
and we're chugging right along. Everything. The goal is to keep everything the same. Things have changed over the 14 years we've been here to stay relevant and stay up with the times, and I'm sure we'll change some things, but the things we change will be in that spirit. The goal is not to change anything. So.
You got it. It's a great place. I know I bring her out here. She is hooked. She's, I brought her, and she's gone to some of these other barbecue restaurants in the Tri-Cities. She said, every chance on a Saturday, she said, where do you want to go eat? She'll say, what about Phil? I said, yeah, here we go. So we're here a lot.
Well, and we greatly appreciate that, Tom.
Yeah.
We appreciate your business and the business of all of our customers. We just try to do things the right way. I don't want to compare us to other restaurants because there's some great restaurants out there. We're just happy for our customers and happy for every day the Lord gives us here. I tell people all the time, this is 10th restaurant, and I'm glad I get to work in it.
There you go. Well put. Well, they're lining back out the door, so I guess that means they're getting ready. Yep, about time they're going to say, Brian, we need you. So there you go.
We're getting close to lunchtime, so I better get out of here. Thanks, Tom.
You got it. See you next month? Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. We come once a month. We love coming here and love the food, love the people. And it's, he just recently did a big fundraiser to help out the new Isaiah 117 house in Hawkins County and also into Hancock County, which is very cool. So he does a lot to give back to the community, and it's a great place, I can tell you that. And so the food is outstanding. And, again, the Dream Packs is one of the things. Of course, you got the sampler platter. Let me show you the menu. You can pick up when you walk in the door. There's the sampler platter. You can go to the website, philsdreampit.com. There's your sampler platter. There's your daily specials. Over here is the plates. Pork sandwich, pork sandwich, pork platter, pork wing meal, the basket platter, the brisket platter meal. I need to take this so I can read it. Brisket, pulled beef, half rack rib meal, the full rack rib meal, the 3-rib meal. That's awesome. And for under $15, you can't beat it for the 3-rib meal. And so all this, again, the sides he mentioned, baked beans, coleslaw, potato salad, macaroni salad, potato chips, hash brown casserole, mac and cheese. We're going to try some of those myself here in about 2 minutes when we sign off. Dream Packs and meat by the pound if you just want the meat. It's all you need. You don't need anything else. You don't need the sides. You just say, I just want the meat from Phil's Dream Pit. You can do that as well. And all you got to do is give them a call. Go on the social media at philsdreampit.com or do the Facebook. Or give them a call at 349-6437. 349-6437 is the number to call. Again, Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue, and again, they have it, and they do it well here. We love been coming here every month for the 7 years been on the show here. Love, again, the atmosphere, love what they stand for, and certainly love the food at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest, there it is. The quest for perfect barbecue is the slogan. And they also have T-shirts. And they have apparel you can buy that has Phil's Dream Pit on it. All right, out of time, we sincerely thank you for yours. Big thank you to our guest today, Ben Fox, head coach at Maryville College. Also, Drew Rice, head football coach at Unicoi County, and Tanner Cook, sports writer, Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News. Pete DeBrawl was on. Happened to be in here again, the golf pro. at Cantel's the Meadowview. Happened to be in here at lunch. We put him on. Also, Brian Rice from the Johnson City Police Department. He was in here with a couple other officers having lunch, so appreciate those guys as well. Tomorrow will be at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton. Going to be joined by Joey Christian, the head. There you go. Thank you, sir. Joey Christian, head football coach of the Dobbins Indians, joins us tomorrow. Got Leslie coming in from Sycamore Shoals State Park with a big event coming up, Cherokee Heritage Days this weekend. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more. So join us tomorrow. Back at it, as we said. Again, we'll be at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth. And coming up tonight at right around 6:15, we've got Lady Cyclone Volleyball for T.A. Duggar taking on Greenville. We'll have that for you tonight beginning about 6:15 from T.A. Duggar's gym. Again, T.A. Duggar Volleyball tonight against the Greenville Lady Green Devils. Should be a lot of fun. We'll do that then. Until then, we're going to get something good to eat and come right back with you at about 6:15 in about 5 hours. Come right back and do it again. Until then, we'll say, as always, bloom where you planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. And thanks again for watching show number 1,686 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And so let's give it, as we always do, wrap it up with the verse of the day. And it will be out of the book of Psalms, as it always is, more times than not anyway. Psalms 91:2. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God. On him I lean and rely, and in him I confidently trust. How about that? I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God. And on him I lean and rely, and in him I confidently trust. Psalms 91:2, the verse of the day here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. See you back here again at about 6:15 for T.A. Duggar Lady Cyclone Volleyball. Until then, as always, bloom where you planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 1,600.